Hi guys, it's Ashley or Ashley Cutie. This is a partial re-upload of two TikToks that I posted earlier this year and a little bit extra added on. This is probably going to be a stupidly long video, so I appreciate it so much if anyone actually watches this. I'm also really bad at talking candidly. I didn't do voiceovers for any of these clips. So I feel like I talk really, really slow. So I apologize for that if it's annoying. Hopefully I'm not repeating myself too much in this little intro, but basically on my TikTok I kind of started a series and I'm not sure I actually explained it correctly. Basically, I was helping my grandfather clean up and organize some stuff at their house. This is my dad's childhood home, and he has two sisters, so it's also their childhood home. My grandparents have been living there for a very long time. Not a very long time. How old is my dad? Like 40 years, I think. So there's a lot to get through and sort through and organize and probably eventually get rid of a lot of. Basically, I started this series to document the trinkets I procured during this process, and I'm just now putting it on my channel because I want to continue this series off of TikTok. So it would have been too long to post any of this as shorts, so I'm putting it all in one video, but I will try to continue the series as shorts from now on. I know this is a little bit different than some of my other content, but I am a trinket collector, I am a toy collector, I am a doll customizer, which I have documented on my channel before, and there are some craft projects that I want to do involving some of the stuff I show in this video and other stuff I might find at my grandparents'. So that's part of why I want to make this like a series and bring it over to my YouTube. Okay, I will stop yapping for now and get on to the pre-recorded content. Anyway, here are the TikToks. I hope you enjoy. I hope I don't bore you too much with my slow talking. Originally, I was going to show off this baggie of trinkets that I procured from my grandparents' house during a recent visit, but I thought it would make more sense to show this first. This is my childhood treasure box. It lived at my grandparents' house. I don't think this is the original box, but I don't remember what the original box was. So this box lived at my grandparents' house, and I assume it was my grandfather who did this. Would put random, knickknacks, trinkets in here, so every time I went, I could look through it, and it was treasure for a child. I've had this at my house for a couple years. It's not all childhood trinkets. I do know that there is some stuff from my other grandfather in here that I procured after he passed away. So I thought I would go through this and show it to this video. Okay, first off, we have these I voted stickers. I know one of these is from the first time that I voted in 2016. And I voted several times since then, so I don't know which one that is, but I know one's from 2016. We have some, I don't know, vintage state pins. I don't know whose these were. these are one of the things that were in my trinket box as a kid. I assume it's, either from one of my grandparents or my dad or his siblings. So these are pieces to a one of those like water thermometers. We had one and it broke, so I kept those for some reason. Some plastic jewelry. This is the kind of stuff that my grandfather would put in my little box. There's 2 little barrettes. A jack. It's funny that this is in here because there's a jack in that little baggie of trinkets, so now I assume these are from the same set. So now I have 2 jacks. Some sort of seashell bracelet. Doesn't have like a link or anything. Some beaded stuff. I assume this is my mom used to make jewelry, so I think this is stuff she made me. A little fish. I know this is from my grandparents' house. My aunt used to have a bunch of Raggedy Ann stuff. She still does. It's still at that house. But so we have a little Raggedy Ann, and she can hold a pencil or something, or like go on an antenna, I think. A broken starfish keychain. That's a more recent thing. That was my keychain. We have some Harley Davidson stuff. These are patches. This is a lighter. I don't think it has any fluid in it. I think it's empty. And then these 2 like belt buckles. So all this Harley stuff is from my other grandfather who passed away. And I ended up with a lot of, this kind of stuff. We have a seashell and like a glass rock, marble, and an actual rock. Some sort of certification pin. A little pendant guy. So like a lot of this little stuff is what my grandfather would put in here. This is a Harley Davidson pin. I know I had this is a pair of clip-on earrings and a pendant, but I guess I only have one of the earrings. And then a ring. It looks like a mood ring, but I'm not sure. And then an owl pendant. Oop. There goes the ring. An owl pendant. Which is kind of ironic because I collect owl stuff now, so this is in my childhood trinket box, and that's ironic. A crucifix, like chip. A barrette. a glittery barrette, a heart, rock. This is a bracelet that was given to me at some point. It's more recent. It's not from my childhood. And lastly, we have a little rock that was painted. I think it was painted by one of my family members, and I ended up with it. And I'm gonna get rid of this nasty tissue. So now that I've shown off this treasure box from my childhood, I figured I would move on to this little baggie. So we've been visiting my grandparents quite a few times this summer. They live a couple hours away from us, and my aunt was visiting, so that's why we were going up there. But one of the things I've been doing while at my grandparents' is helping my grandfather organize and go through like old stuff to eventually, get rid of some of it. And he let me take not everything I wanted, but a lot of stuff that I wanted that wouldn't be missed, because my grandmother has Alzheimer's and she gets very concerned about things leaving the house, so I kind of had to do this secretly, but I will continue to go there when I can and help. But this isn't all that I have, but this is just like the first baggie of stuff that I obtained. So first we have some little, these are film canisters. Sorry, my mind blanked. These are some film canisters. And a Eucerin and Bear old container. My dad collects like old canisters, old tins, old bottles, stuff like that. So that's why that came home with me. Some flower, like mini coloring pages or something. Somewhere Over the Rainbow bookmark. It's a little damaged, but it's still cute. Some like weird paper. I don't know what this is. It's like waxy kind of. It's kind of like wallpaper, honestly, but I don't know what that is. This was kind of cool. It's a Mary Kay color card, and this has like all, I guess maybe this was an eyeshadow palette or something. But piece of bark. We have two little golden books. I like, as long as liking just regular trinkets, I like miniature stuff. And this isn't like dollhouse size, but they are, little. I remember these very distinctly from when I was a child. And I'm sure there are more around the house. We have a little bow tie. I'm guessing it had it's like a clip-on bow tie, I think. So we have a bunch of buttons. I think I'm going to make a little button display, pin display for all of the buttons and pins that I have for my grandparents and stuff. Because in my last video showing off my treasure box, there was a bunch of state pins, and I have a bunch of these buttons. There's a little raccoon guy. Precious moments. It's very funny to me to find precious moments because I recently started collecting precious moments, and just this year I realized that my grandmother has a lot of precious moments stuff, so it's just very like ironic, like that, you know, worlds collide, I guess. California raisins, this one's very funny to me. Purple. We have a little Christmas button. Now this isn't a button, but it does have a pin backing. It is actually a brooch, and it has like solid perfume in it. I'll have to clean it out, but it's cute, so. A little like beaded cross. Now these were my dad's, apparently. They are from Reuploads. Hopefully that is not offensive now. It sounds like it might be like a Native American name, but I haven't looked it up. But apparently this was like not Boy Scouts, but not like the little kids. It was like the middle in between Cub Scouts and Boy Scouts. And so these are some of his pins. He told me what they mean, but I don't remember what he told me. And this is a little badge. And then a Delta pilot wings. So we have some little wooden coins. Oh, and a stamp. My dad told me these are like coins from a store that was close to them, and like this, like I guess you could cash in fake money or something like that. Not like this was the money, if that makes sense. A casino chip. We had like a poker set around their house when I was a little kid. I don't know how long it was around their house, but these floated around their house forever, I remember. A tiny Bible. I'm not religious, but my grandmother was, so that's why I found a lot of one, there's a lot of Jesus rainbow stuff, which is very funny to me, and two, there's a lot of like Bible stuff. There's a lot of crosses, but I just like it because it's like a little trinket. We have a jack, a tiny seahorse patch, a pearl bead, and a tiny sword. So that's everything in this bag that I procured from my grandparents' house. So I have been back to my grandparents since I posted those 2 videos, and I haven't really done any of the like cleaning up that I had been doing that time, but I do have a couple things to show from a more recent visit than when I posted those videos. And then I realized I have some like stuff stashed away from a earlier trip before I posted those videos, so I thought I could show that stuff too. So the first thing I have is this Sesame Street collectible. So it would have had Cookie Monster, Big Bird, and Oscar the Grouch. I thought it maybe had Elmo, but obviously I looked at the back of it, and for some reason Big Bird was taken out. It is dated 1997, and it has a Walmart sticker from 1998. So, fun fact, I was in the NICU after I was born. I was in the NICU for a while, and they gave me the nickname Oscar the Grouch, so it's, something it's just one of those things, like, sometimes people gift me stuff that's Oscar the Grouch. I don't, collect Sesame Street stuff. Seriously, I just have a couple pieces here and there. But I found this in my grandparents' house, and I was like, what the heck? It's been sitting in their house for my entire life, and I've never seen it. So I kind of feel like it's made its way to its rightful home with me. But yeah, I was born in 1998, so this was 6 months after I was born. It was bought 6 months after I was born. I have no clue who they could have given the Big Bird to. But and then I have a Precious Moments plush doll. This is from 1989. Applause. I collect the Precious Moments dolls. I've started collecting Precious Moments everything now, but I started off with the vinyl dolls, but I don't have any plush dolls, so I think it's really funny to find Precious Moments stuff at my grandparents' house now that I'm collecting it, and maybe it's just because I'm so much more aware of it. I see it everywhere now. So these are a couple things from my toy stash that I had found. So my grandparents' house is my dad's childhood home and his sister's childhood home, and I kind of grew up, me and my brother kind of grew up there, when we'd go visit, and then I have a younger cousin. So there are a lot of toys. There's a room at their house that we call the kids' room. So there's a lot of toys there, and one day I went raiding that room, and I found some trinkets. I don't know what this is. I feel like it should open, but it doesn't. But I figure I could use it for something, some craft thing. And then these are some really old watercolors, I think. They're made in Germany West, so that's how old they are. I probably won't use them. I'll probably just use them as, a prop. I like the imprinting on them. It's really cute. I just noticed that it says 88. I wonder if that's when they were made. 1988. I don't know. We have this little photo album. It holds Kodak Instax Max camera pictures. Oh, it's from 1973. It's copyrighted 1973. And then there's a Mad card in there. From March 1975. And then just some little... This guy from, is he from Toy Story? Little toy guy. This was funny to find because my mother used to be really into the Packers. So, and then a little, is this Webby from DuckTales? Is this supposed to be Webby from DuckTales? Or is it just baby Daisy? I don't know. Anyway. So it's not a very big haul for this one, but yeah. I do have some other trinkets I could show that I've like thrifted, but I think I will save that for another video because this is already a long one. But I don't know, this is probably boring, but I have some stuff I want to do with my like trinket stuff and like this kind of stuff, so I wanted to post it on the channel. Thank you for watching. If you have watched this far, I know it's not quite my usual content, but this is one of my hobbies, so it makes sense to be showcased on this channel.